Mike, you talked about the meeting you had with Auston in the offseason in terms of how you guys kind of got together.
Did I talk about that? I thought I snuck in there.
You attracted probably more criticism or received more criticism, I don't know if you heard it, after the Game 7 in terms of usage of Auston and stuff like that. When you go back and look at last year and look at how this year might change for this team, do you see anything different in terms of how you're going to handle the usage for star players and not only at the beginning but towards the end?
Yeah, you know what's interesting there is I think, and I'm not sure, I didn't check before I came here, you could check for me if you want. I think Auston played about 18 and a half minutes last year, is that about right? And I think in the playoffs, every bit but Game 7, I think he played in the 20s or something like that. In Game 7, did you check his shift length? Did he play the same amount of shifts? You know, some of these things I'm not in control of. I'm just in control of how many times he gets out there. But what I'd say to you is we had good discussion. He's, when you talk to Auston, you know, he arrived a big-time player. There's no question about it. But the comfort in himself, and his ability to share himself with his teammates, his ability to lead, has just gotten better and better as time goes on, which you would expect from a young man. I don't think it's any different for Marner that way. I don't think it's any different for Morgan Riley that way. It's just you earn the right to be comfortable. I can't give that to you. You earn that right, and I think he's really grown in that area. He wants to be a driving force, and no different than John Tavares. They want to be the difference makers. They want to be the guys that put their name on the cup, that have led their team, like Taves, like Bergeron, and so I think that's what you aspire to as a player, and I think that's your job as a coach to help them, and that's what we've tried to do. Is it going to be rosy every day? No, but he's an important part of our team, and we understand that.
I think at the end of every year, Bruce, when it's a GM and coach relationship, you want to talk about what the vision is for the club. Because I think at the end of every year where things, you're not going to win every year, it's just impossible. But even if you have a great season, as best it could have gone given the circumstances, whatever those circumstances may be, even at those times, you want to be changing and adapting and not staying stale. So we spend a lot of time talking about all of that. We spend a lot of time talking about the players and their usage and Mike's ideal way of dealing with it. And I think we're certainly on the same page there. I know everyone looks at that Game 7 and they bring it up all the time, particularly with Auston. But I think if you look at the series as a whole, we're trying to match them depth for depth, right? And you can't just throw all your guys out there all the time and maximize their minutes and burn them out. And I think we always want to be adapting and learning from what went wrong and how we can change it. I know the players are also welcome to give their opinion on it, and they have as well, right? But for us, we need to continue to improve the overall conditioning of the group, and once the players grow and mature that way, they'll be able to handle more and more, and it's trying to manage that. It's still a very young group at the same time. And so I'm not saying that their conditioning was poor, just that we need to continue to be improving on that, so when we get to the end, we know that they have the gas in the tank, that they can outlast the other teams and they can handle more responsibility. So I think we all have to do that together rather than just throw it on the coach or on the players, and I deserve my share of that as well.
You know what, I got to be careful. Every time I do this and then I leave, it's different, but I tell you every time, I think it's good. We talk all the time. We communicate all the time. We don't agree all the time. I've enjoyed it. I get a 4-month break or a 3-month break. I like it to be 3 months from you guys, but a 4-month break, and I speak at the end of the year. I don't speak till this time again. This time, it appears to me like there's always lots to talk about in the off season. We talked a lot. We've made a lot of changes to our lineup. We're excited about our opportunity. Let's get on with it.
Yeah, we talk every day, sometimes multiple times per day, and I think the thing that after the first 4 years here together, was it 4? 3. 3 years, the first 3 years here together where I was in a different role, you obviously get to know each other. You're not working as closely as we did last season, and so you take last season and you begin to get used to each other, and then I think at the end of the year reflect on how it went and how we want to operate moving ahead through the summer and into the year, and it's been great. We talk a lot, we disagree, as any coach and GM do a lot. We agree on a lot of things and we work through it all, and I think the key is on the areas that you disagree, that you respect one another and you work through all that, and I think we've worked on that throughout the season and throughout the summer, just with some honest discussion, and it's been very, very enjoyable, and I'm excited for the season with it for sure, Kevin.